Ready, ladies? This will be a fun one.
I'm
I went to
ready.
the gyno and I had an awful, like, I almost fainted with all the news she gave me. Like,
What's going on
like
in your pussy?
my shit's all fucked up.
What do you mean your shit's all fucked?
What's going on with you?
Okay.
Do you want to cut this?
No, it's fine.
You want to talk about your pussy?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on?
A
With
lot
your
of people's
about your
vaginas are messed up.
Okay, what's going on with your pussy?
So I show up, number one.
Is it your pussy?
No, it's my uterus.
Oh.
Or my cervix. I don't know.
Do they look at your pussy? Never mind.
yeah, they
Okay.
can't get a look at your uterus without looking at your pussy.
I know, but the pussy part isn't really that.
She saw it. She's like, that's pretty nice.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
thanks.
That's not very critical to the
I don't
conversation.
think so. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No,
He's
but
like,
it was weird.
damn, you got some fire coochie. That's what the doctor said.
You guys have never been to the gyno, so you don't know this. But usually, ladies, you'll know this. When you go to the gyno, it's like the very slow. They're like, okay, sit, put your legs in the stirrups, scoot down, keep scooting. And there's usually like a paper towel over your lap.
Right.
And then they open because you have to wear a gown. They
Your
put you in a
cooter?
gown. So they open the gown and then the towel's over your lap, so you can't see them actually in there.
Are they like under?
Yeah, literally.
Little miner's helmet.
Sometimes if you go to a really good gyno, they'll even dim the lights and use the thing because it's just like it's
And
awkward.
Yodel in it.
Yeah.
Hello.
This gyno who was recommended to me by a friend and has raving reviews. I show up. First thing she does is sit on the chair, scoot, scoot, scoot. I'm still wearing my Crocs. I'm like, should I take my shoes off? She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay. I'm like trying to get up there. My Crocs like don't fit in the stirrups. They're like falling off. I'm like, okay. And she just throws open the gown, coochie out, no coverage, is just like, okay, going in. I'm like, ah!
Oh,
Going in.
Like,
wait, they go in.
yes,
Yeah,
because
of
they have
course.
to go. They have to put the thing in to get
With
the
their
pap smear.
hands?
No, no, no.
Oh.
No.
I'm so,
Yeah, lovely.
Doesn't feel good in there, let me tell you.
I'm so
Lovely
sorry.
fingers.
Oh, it's
no,
a camera.
with no.
it's
What
like
is wrong with you?
It's like
I
two
don't know how this
prongs
works.
that spread it.
Yes.
What's it called?
Wrong, I think.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
called
not
prong.
wrong. It's called a thing. It's called a speculum. No,
Something close to that.
it's called something.
I don't.
I'm
we
so
don't.
sorry. They
Number
don't-
one,
I didn't hear. Put the name of the pussy spreading device on the screen and make it
what's it?
flash
It's
a
a
few times.
thingy. You know how? Do you know how pap smears work?
No, not at all.
Okay, so you
I've
open your
never
legs. They
ever
go
looked
in
it
with
up.
the thing.
Should I look?
They scrape that shit.
Well, they go in like this. They put the thing in. It goes.
Okay.
And it open it like scissors, and then they go in there with a wire brush and go.
Yeah, they
Ooh,
scrape
ouch.
it.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh,
Oh,
it is a speculum.
It is
Yeah,
a speculum.
Okay,
oh my
so-
God, I didn't know that. Okay.
First of all, she's like, oh, you have vaginismus on your chart, which we've talked about. So she's like, I'm going to use a children's speculum, and I was like, okay.
Okay, did it have Dora the Explorer? on
Yeah,
it,
I
or-
don't know. I don't know. I didn't. I was. Just,
Was it Minions?
It was a lot. Yeah, it was crazy.
Came like that one.
They do the pap smear. Pap smears are fine. A lot of people say they're really painful. For me, they're fine, thank God. So she does a pap smear, and then I'm like, I have some hormonal issues to some extent because like I can't lose weight, and I have like, don't look at my chin, but randomly I'll grow like beard hairs randomly, and it really stresses me out. And like,
I got that problem.
yeah, and like I'm like something's wrong with my hormones, right? And so she's like, okay, let's do an ultrasound. So the ultrasound is essentially a dildo with a camera on it, and they go, vroom, and you
I
go,
wasn't too far off.
ouchie. Yeah. And they go up there and they go, and they look at both your ovaries to see if you have any cysts. And she's like, you don't have any cysts. And I'm like,
Good.
okay, people pog wow. And then she pulls it out and she's like, but you definitely have PCOS because you have all the other symptoms.
Jesus
What's
Christ.
PCOS?
PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay, what is that?
I don't know. It's really overwhelming.
Makes it difficult
So-
to get
Just look it
pregnant.
up.
Meanwhile, keep in mind, my vagina's wide open. She's not,
She left the door open.
she's not covered anything. I'm you know,
Did you ask her, what were you raised in a barn? You just
yeah, I was like, hello. And so she's like, yeah, so I'm like, essentially, I'm pretty infertile. I've got all sorts of problems. It's a chronic condition. There's no cure.
You got diabetes?
No, but it's all over my family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Diabetes?
Yeah. Like it's pretty bad. We have a very unique type 1 diabetes. It's called something genetic. Anyway, it's all fucked up. So she's like, you definitely have it. We need to put you on an insulin pill that you need to take 2 days or 2 times a day, every day for the rest of your life. starting now. And I'm like, what? Like, this feels like sudden.
Yeah.
And then she's like, also, you need to take this supplement. I'm like, okay.
What if it fixes your shit though? Now that you take insulin, all of a sudden everything's good.
I don't know, maybe, but it's like kind of scary because they haven't done any blood work or anything. They just looked at my vagina. I know, so I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
But then she's like, also, you have tiny endo polyps and we need to have surgery to remove those. And I'm like, okay, like what's going on? Like, and number one, I would rather fly to Japan and back 4 times than have anesthesia. Like I am more afraid of anesthesia than anything.
Okay.
And so I was like, ooh, anesthesia is not really an option for me. Can we do it without anesthesia? Because she's like, it's a camera scope. You go up there, scoop them out, whatever. And she's like, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, well then I can't do it. And she's like, well, then, you know, then maybe we can just put you on a progesterone pill because apparently you need progesterone. If you have estrogen, it causes the polyps. So you need progesterone to counteract it. But I have too much testosterone from the PCOS. And I'm sitting there like dizzy from all of this. And she's like, oh, and you're probably super infertile. So let's do an egg count. I'm like, okay. So then they do an egg count and I've got no eggs.
Like at all?
0.
Like not 0, but I'm like pretty bad.
Well, let's freeze that shit. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's like-
So that's
yeah.
what they're saying. So they're like, okay, you have to freeze that shit. In order to freeze that shit, you got to pump yourself full of estrogen. I can't pump myself full of estrogen because it'll cause more cysts. So I have essentially they want me to have the surgery, remove the cyst, put progesterone.
I got an idea.
What?
It's so obvious no one's thought of it.
What? Kill myself?
No, let Ludwig bust inside you.
That's dude.
It's time.
No, I don't want to be
It's
pregnant.
baby time. Listen, Twitch is a terrible
Ew,
nightmare
that was
place.
the worst.
We need hope. And we
No.
need Ludwig to bust a big off.
Yeah. Busting you.
Cream pie.
Ew. That's crass.
We can all
Well,
get
number
on
one,
board.
I'm being I'd get a surrogate anyway because I'm too afraid of birth. So my fears in life go anesthesia, birth, airplanes.
Shit.
Yeah.
no,
Okay, maybe
no miracle.
Anesthesia
No.
was the only way we were going to get you on a fucking plane.
I know.
That fucking sucks.
But anyway, so that was a big L because then I'm literally spiraling. And then the next day she called me and she was like, wait, we can do it without anesthesia. And I'm like, oh, why didn't you say this yesterday?
No.
Like, I'm like, oh, you know,
Why
like,
are you
great.
so afraid of anesthesia?
I don't know. I had anesthesia one time and I woke
What a
up in
question.
such a weird panic
it's a control
that
thing.
I've remembered it for the rest of my life.
It's a control thing. I'm afraid of anesthesia
Yeah.
too.